Hello and welcome to the JLML Schedule Reveal podcast. I'm joined, as always, by Paul and Braxton. Braxton, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. Just copped off a FIFA game. I've been excited for this for a while, so let's get it going.
Awesome. Paul, how are you tonight, man?
Fantastic. Putting the schedule together is probably one of my favorite things that I do with this league. Uh, and yeah, I'm excited to break it down, to roll it out for everybody to see who everyone's playing, and yeah, let's get it going.
Absolutely. There's a lot of intrigue about the schedule this year with the new division alignments. People have different opponents and different things. So we'll jump right into it, guys. Paul's going to share his screen and I will toss it over to Paul. Paul, you just take us through your slideshow and we will commentate as necessary.
Sounds good. So it'll be kind of the same format as last year for the 12 of us that are not new to this league. Obviously, as Cody mentioned, we have new divisions this year, chosen by John Height and Hen, the two division winners from last year. Is that right, Cody, or is that wrong?
Yeah, no, that's correct. It was John Height and Hendon.
Okay. So they did their draft a month or two ago, if you guys remember. But this is what it looks like. You know, we have the Grady Sizemore division and the Ian Kinsler division. You can see the teams in green are new to that division, and the teams in black were in that division last year. And obviously, we have two new owners, the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. Emmerich joined our league. And then in the Ian Kinsler division, we have the San Jose Churros, where Nick is the leader of that team. So just moving on here, just to kind of break it down. It's the same pretty much as last year. 20 regular season weeks. This year, week 17 is our extended All-Star break week, where it's 2 weeks. And it's that matchup that will be all seven will be interdivision. So each team will play a team not from their division. You play each division opponent twice, and the opposite division you play once. That's 12 total games in the division, 7 out of the division for 19. But then week 20 will be a second interdivisional game. This year, it was actually Hen that came up with the idea to have 3 pods, where it was 4 teams in one pod, 4 teams in another, and then 6 in that third pod. I just did it randomly, and I made sure that you couldn't play a team from your division, so I had to even up the pods to make that the case. And so that will be week 20 that you'll see, obviously, as when we get to it. And as we break this down, if the matchup is in green, it is a divisional matchup, a matchup against an opponent from your division. And if it is red, it just is an interdivisional matchup. Obviously, with 14 teams, we have 7 matchups. So every week there will be at least one interdivisional matchup. Having said all of that, any questions from Cody or Braxton before we hop into week 1?
None for me.
Yeah, no questions. I do want to tell all the viewers that me and Braxton are seeing this for the first time live with all of you guys. We have no idea what the schedule looks like. We have no idea what week 20 looks like. Obviously, Paul does because he creates this masterpiece every season. But I just wanted to put that out there that me and Braxton are seeing this with all the viewers live for the first time.
Right. Yep. That's a good call out. This year, or pretty much every year, or that I've done this, I always ask Cody and Braxton if they want to see it first, and every year they say the same thing, that they don't, that they want to be surprised, see it as we run through it. So yeah, we're just gonna hop right into it and get into week 1. So we start out a couple of kind of big ones, I think. So the Churros play the Grasshoppers. That's Nick playing Yeah, guys. Jack, thank you. Sea Dogs against the Yard Goats. That's a big matchup. The
Yeah,
Chihuahuas and the Sounds. Our one interdivisional this week is going to be Chad and the Comets against Connor and the Sod Poodles.
that's a big matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're gonna say it a bunch. You know, if you guys are playing a drinking game, you'll be drunk by week 3 of big matchup.
Yeah, yeah,
Because there's obviously a lot of good teams this year. You know, this off season's been very active, the last month or so at least. So yeah, it's. But Braxton, you'll play Scott first. I will play Hen first, and then Cody, you're gonna play the new guy Emmerich first. So
yeah.
I'll kick it to you guys. What do you guys see here?
Well, I like that the Cal Raleigh Bowl is in week 1 here. That'll be interesting.
A
If
trade
if,
made
if
today.
yeah, if he
Yeah,
makes it to
yeah,
Emmerich's week 1, which I hope that he does, just for the sake of this narrative, that would be interesting. I like Paul versus or Paul versus Hen week 1. That'll be good.
yeah,
Like you said, it's
yeah.
a lot of good matchups. But I like my week 1 draw here too. So we'll see.
Yeah, question is because it's been in the past, is week 1 an extended matchup or is it just 7 days?
It'll be, I think it's 11 days because this
Okay.
year the season starts, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday,
Okay.
and it runs through the following Sunday. So you get, yeah, it is a bit extended. It's, I think, instead of 7 normal days, I think it's like 10 or 11 days. That's a good call, though,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So that's interesting too. So, yeah, I see a lot of good matchups. You know, Smell and T. No, not wait. Yeah, Smell versus Tita is kind of a
Yep.
rivalry. Uh, Chad versus Connor, two teams that both have playoff hopes. You know, you versus Hen is a huge matchup week 1, in my opinion.
Yep.
Um, me versus Emmerich. Emmerich's got a good team, man. Emmerich's
Yep.
very much in the playoff hunt. And
Absolutely.
and then Jab versus John Hott is
Yeah.
huge.
We
Um,
did kind of glossed over that one. That's a big one.
that's a huge one, man.
Yep.
That's a huge one. And so week 1 it's gonna be fireworks from the very beginning. So that's awesome to see.
Couldn't agree more. Let's head on to week 2 here. So obviously we have 3 interdivisional matchups for this week, starting with the Grasshoppers and the Beach Dogs, both off of week 1, pretty big games. Same with the Yard Goats and the Woodpeckers. That's, I mean, 2 very good teams, and then it's Brackton. You're playing Smell interdivision, and then the divisional matchups: the Churros and the Comets, the Sounds and the Bowling Green Hot Rods. I'll play Connor, and then the final one is Jab and the Sea Dogs and the Flying Squirrels. Obviously, a few big ones here, but I'll kick it back to you guys.
Yeah, so I'm trying to look through the first 2 weeks and be like, what really good team is going to start 0-2?
Yeah,
And honestly, like you've got Hen and then Connor. That's tough. Connor's
playoff
got
teams.
Chad and yeah, Connor's got Chad and then you. That's tough.
John Hight's
You
got
know,
Jab and Emmerich. Yeah.
a Jab and Emmerich is tough. Emmerich's got me and John Height. That's that's tough.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's another interesting week. Braxton, do you see any matchups that stand out?
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, I think that's a really good way of looking at it. Is who will end up being a good team, being 0-2, and that could force some decisions, early on. But I'm quietly liking my draw here with Scott and Smell. I feel like I've drastically improved my roster from the last couple years here. So, could it be possible to go from 0-20 to 2-0? Possibly. I think that
Did you
could
just
happen.
guarantee a
So
win versus Smell week 2?
I would love that. That'd be great. But we'll see.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah. No, that's definitely one thing I was going to mention. If you didn't, Braxton, that you kind of draw a pretty good start comparatively, at least to some other teams. I would
That's
say.
what I'm saying. Yeah, no disrespect, just
No.
straight up like.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though, it's funny because like we could probably rank teams, and all three of us is going to have Tita in the bottom 3 or 4 teams in the league. Let's be honest. And then
Yep.
when you flipped it over to week 2, and I seen I was playing Tita, I was like, oh shit! Like I just do not enjoy playing him. It is not fun.
No, it's a gauntlet.
It's a gauntlet, dude. It's
Every-
7 days of him throwing everything at you.
Yep. And Monday is going to look a lot different. His team's going to look a lot different than it will Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. So, yeah, interesting first 2 weeks.
for sure. And so we'll head on to 3 here. Our interdivisional matchups: the Grasshoppers and Sod Poodles. The Churros is who I'm going to play. The Norfolk Tides. And the third interdivision is the Comets and the Beach Dogs. And then for the rest of them, it's Scott and the Squirrels against John Height and the Yard Goats. It's the Chihuahuas. That's who you're taking on. Smell, Cody. The Nashville Sounds against Fayetteville, and then you'll take on the Portland Sea Dogs. So your honeymoon kind of ends, I
Yeah,
think,
I
after
was
week
gonna
2.
say it.
Bracken.
Yeah, well, that's a big test, man. Maybe we'll see where I'm really at early on. I think so. That's good.
Yep.
But I'm just looking over the rest of it here. I like that Jack Connor game.
The Jack Connor game, the Chad Hen game is interesting. Me versus Smell, man. Smell's got a good team, dude. And it's like, if he starts buying, like, I mean, he's got the assets to do it. And then Brackton, yeah. Listen, if you're 2-0 going into this matchup, that's a huge game for you in week 3.
I was gonna
man.
say this is the biggest game of my last like 2.5 years, really. Like that would be something for sure.
Yep. Yeah, no, just kind of looking through here. Not as many, I think, like headlining matchups. I'd say maybe Chad versus Hen would be a pretty good one. And then you can't underrate Jack playing Connor. I think that's a pretty good one too. Yeah, we'll keep it rolling here. Get to week 4. Got 3 more interdivisional. It's Richmond against El Paso, Greensboro against Nashville, and Clearwater against Bismarck. So little rivalry between you and Hen there, Brackton.
Yeah, week 4.
And then the rest of it looks like the Comets against the Yard Goats. The Sea Dogs will play the Churros. The Fayetteville Woodpeckers will play Connor and his Sod Poodles, and then the big one, me versus you, Cody, in week 4.
Dude, I feel like Chad has a tough schedule to start.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's got a really tough schedule to start. I feel like, let's see, the Beach Dogs and the Larks, man. That's a big one. There's some narratives there.
We're really gonna know where I'm at after week 4, man. I feel like I have to beat Scott and Smell in order to even stay somewhat relevant, right? Like if I start off 1-3, it's probably cooked. I don't know. We gotta be gotta be 2-2, maybe 3-1 to even have a chance. I think so.
Yeah, for sure. And then of course Connor and Emmerich's going to be a big matchup. But let's be honest, man. The game of the week, the ESPN headlining matchup, Cody versus Paul.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 10-point banger. 10-point Sunday night baseball decider, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one I got circled. And if there's no other comments, we can roll on to week 5 here. Just the one interdivision, but it's probably the match of the week. It's a tough 2-week stretch here for Cody because he's got to take on Jab and those Sea Dogs in week 5. Then we'll move here to Bracton, you're taking on Chad and the Comets. It's the Grasshoppers playing the Richmond Flying Squirrels. San Jose Churros playing Hartford. Sod Poodles taking on the Chihuahuas, and I believe they call that the Good Boy Bowl. I'll play Fayetteville. I'll play Emmerich in week 5, and the final matchup is Tita and the Sounds taking on Hen and the Beach Dogs. I already said, Jab against Cody is going to be a massive matchup. But what else do you guys see here?
I mean, Bracton, 3 weeks in a row, dude.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna know where I'm at very quickly here, man.
Dude,
Like I'm either gonna
for
be a
sure.
fraud or
And
I'm not. Like that's it.
you better start 2-0.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's
You better start 2-0, big dog.
yeah.
It's funny because when he said that, I got a nice easy start. I knew it was coming. I'm just like, oh boy.
Hey, I never said easy start. I just said favorable. But
Right,
now
that's
it's
fair.
like
You did.
Paul versus Emmerich is a big matchup, and then what do they call that? The Good Boy Bowl. That's
yeah.
fine. The Good Boy Bowl's fine.
Yeah.
And then
It'll be
me versus Jab, dude. Me versus Jab. That's a big one, man.
week 4 against me and week 5 against Jab. It's a tough 2-week stretch for you, Cody.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Very much. Very much. Yeah, not fun.
Yeah.
Hope I'm healthy. Hope the team is healthy early. How about that? That's what
That's
my positive.
name of the game for sure. And then that's since Cody or Connor and Smell are in the same division. This is Good Boy Bowl 1.0. There will be a second one here coming up, but we'll roll on to week 6. We got 3 interdivisional matchups. It's Cody taking on Scott and the Squirrels. It's the Hartford Yard Goats taking on Tita Sounds. And we got the Sea Dogs and Emmerich's Woodpeckers. And then the 4 divisional matchups is Jack and the Grasshoppers and the Comets. Bracton, you're taking on Nick and his Churros. I will be taking on the Chihuahuas, and the final one for that week is Connor's Sod Poodles and Hen's Beach Dogs. No, I don't think there's any real marquee. I guess maybe Jack and Chad, and then Gab and
Chad has a tough schedule.
Connor Hen is an interesting one, I think.
Yeah,
that's a nice one.
Connor Hen, yeah.
But I just want to say Nick's in trouble because week 6 is when I get Anthony Volpe back, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, I had to make that joke. Sorry. I see Cody's disappointment.
It's week 6 when Wander Franco paroles.
Yeah.
We'll find out about that in 3 days, man. We'll see. Yeah. He'll probably be gone by the next podcast. We'll see.
Well, Jab and Emmerich is a big matchup too, right here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And how many of John Haight's pitchers are alive by week 6 to face Tita, who's going to have?
And look, he's played, dude. Yeah. Let me tell you, I'm going to call it right now. Tita beats John Haight week 6. Ooh. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
Doesn't Tita have a 500 record against John Haight? I'm pretty sure Tita beat him that one year, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he ended his perfect season, I think.
Yep. We'll put that in the prediction channel after the pod kind of dies down.
After we post this, yeah. Week 6, Tita beats John Haight. I love it. All right, we'll move on to week 7 then. Again, we got 3 interdivision. Big one here. After fresh off of his loss against Tita, we got the Yard Goats, John Haight's Yard Goats, taking on Cody.
Bring it.
I take on Jab. And then the Churros take on the Woodpeckers, the 2 newbies. I think so. We'll get to the other 4. Just those 3 interdivisional matchups, I think, are pretty wild.
For sure. 100%.
I mean, me versus Jab, you versus Haight, like that's potentially your semifinals right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first week I get to play my high school friend Jack. I love it. That's good.
And then that third one before we get to move on is the two newbies in the league. Should be very interesting. But then moving on to the division matchups, it's the El Paso Chihuahuas and Hens Beach Dogs. The Flying Squirrels take on the Comets. Acton, as you just alluded to, you'll play Jack and the Grasshoppers. And the final one is Connor versus Tita, the Sod Poodles and the Sounds.
What a week, man. That's a big week. Week 7.
That's a circle week for sure. Week 7 is going to be very interesting.
It's a big week. Who does Braxton play? Braxton versus Jack is super interesting too, because
I love that.
what does that's more than 2 months? No, am I doing the math right on that? No, not quite 2 months.
Yeah, it'll be like early to mid May.
Okay. He'll have Jack may have some arms back in the fold.
I thought most of them were out for the year. If Lopez's UCL thing is true, that's going to be bad.
Well, Lopez, but I don't know about like Swellenbuck. They just put him on the 60-day DL to start the season.
Oh yeah, okay.
But
he won't be back.
Yeah, interesting, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of interesting matchups. Connor versus Tita is interesting.
That's always a fun one. Yeah.
Yep. They'll have to stop trading with one another for 1 week. That's wild.
That's not no. I bet you they still over under 3 trades by them together in a week, especially in this one. I think in
a week you're playing each other.
Yeah. It could be just like prospect swaps. They'll find a way.
They'll find a way. You're probably right. Me versus John Height, man. We're gonna find out, dude. We're gonna find out week 7.
Yeah. No, I'm. This is a circled week, no doubt about it. But
for sure,
we'll move past it and we'll get on to week 8 here. 3 more interdivisional. We got Connor versus Scott, Sod Poodles and Squirrels. Tita is taking on Braxton here. And then the third one is the Comets and the Chihuahuas. And then with our divisional matchups, it's Portland against Greensboro. San Jose takes on John Height and the Yard Goats. Cody, a big one for you. You'll take on Hen and Clearwater. And then the final one is me taking on the Woodpeckers and Emmerich. I believe that's our second matchup. And week 8 is the start of, if you're playing a divisional matchup, it might be the second time that you're playing that team. That's kind of how it works out when I do the schedule. But any ones that pop out here for you guys?
It's a rough month for you, Cody. That's
dude. I was just thinking. I've got Paul, Jab, Height in right here. So here's the key to my season. Don't panic.
Yeah. That's definitely an underlying. And we'll get to it because I have a little something at the end for breaking this down a little bit further. But definitely, I think the key here is, either panic because you have a loaded back end of your schedule, or don't panic because you're playing a lot of good teams very early.
Yeah. Let's see. Jab and Jack is interesting. Chad and Smell, and then Paul and Emmerich 2.0 in week 8. So then y'all will be done with each other after that. So.
Right. Yep. All right. We'll move on
Height
then.
And Hen in back-to-back weeks. Dude, bring them on. Bring them on, man. I'm calling it right now. I go 2-0, week 7 and week 8. I'm calling it.
Acton, are you writing this down?
I'm writing down for these bold predictions that are happening. Yeah, because we're gonna
average age of 44 years old. I'm going 2-0.
There you go. I like it. Anything else before we move on? Nope.
Hold on. Who does Chad play? No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm just Chad's got a tough start, man.
Chad
Chad's got a
plays
it's
Smell.
every week. Yeah.
By week 8, Smell may have realized that his team's not that bad and sold those 40 prospects, and
For
who
sure.
knows? We'll see.
For sure.
But we'll get on to week 9 here. Just the one interdivisional, but obviously a massive one here. It's me taking on John Height and the Yard Goats. Moving on to the divisional games, it's Fayetteville taking on El Paso, Greensboro taking on Oklahoma City, the Sod Poodles taking on the Beach Dogs. I think that's their second matchup. Bracton, you take on Jab. It's a tough one.
That's twice in the first 9 weeks. Me and Jab.
Yeah.
That's
Yep. Yep.
don't love that.
Cody, you get Tita. Second time for you, I believe. And then the Churros take on the Flying Squirrels.
There's no
I
break
think
for you, Cody. None. It's crazy.
yeah, lesser opponent, but obviously not a lesser team, not a lesser opponent. I think is what we
Right.
can say
Right.
there.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. Not great, but we'll take it. Braxton and Jab is huge. Paul and Height is huge. A lot of Big Mac. Connor and Hen. Week 9's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
middle of the season, kind of have an idea of where your team is probably by this point.
Right. Right. Right.
Um,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Jack and Chad is big. It's a
Yep.
big week, man.
Yep. No, I mean, and we've probably not said it enough to get anybody drunk yet, but lots of big matchups. And it's
Yeah.
it's a
For
credit I
sure.
think to the teams in this league. So, but we'll get now to the 10th matchup, 10th week of the season here. The interdivisional is Greensboro taking on Fayetteville. Clearwater taking on John Height. So that's Hen versus Height right there. Not in the same division now, so just this one matchup I think is what we're looking at for those guys. And then the third one is Scott and Richmond taking on Tita and Nashville. Those divisional matchups will be me versus Smell. Bracton, you take on Nick and the Churros. It's Jab's Sea Dogs against Chad's Comets, and then Cody, you take on Connor, which obviously from last year in the playoffs was that big 2-7 upset. So a little revenge finally coming here in week 10 for you.
Well, if I win,
Right. I'll say a chance for revenge.
Yeah, chance for revenge. Yeah, Connor's got a good team, man. But it'll
Sure.
be fun to blame again and continue the kind of the narratives that him beating me in the playoffs last year created. And then Jab and Chad. I keep saying Chad's name, man.
Yep.
Chad's got a tough start, dude.
Yeah.
But I think this week all eyes are on him versus Height.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
So
a
wait,
champion.
Like
Is that the championship last year?
yeah.
yes.
There you go.
Wait, so
And
these
then
these
this year-
division games, they're 2 times per division, right? Like you play the people in your division twice
Yes.
total.
Right.
Okay, so we're 10 weeks in, and I have not played John Height yet. So I have 2 weeks of the next 10 against John Height. I haven't played you yet or Cody. Shit, that's not gonna be good. I don't like that. Like,
It's how the
yeah,
cookie crumbles a little bit sometimes, Braxton.
yeah. Uh-oh.
I'll say, and we'll get to it kind of at the end. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much. But yeah, it's your schedule in the first half is much different than your schedule in the second
I'm
half.
starting to see that, and we haven't even seen the rest. So
Yep.
we'll see.
Huh.
Well, let's move on then to week 11 and start seeing the rest. So we got one interdivisional matchup. It's Jab against Amarillo and Connor. And then our divisional matchups are the Churros taking on the Grasshoppers, Chad and the Comets taking on John Height, Nashville Tita against Fayetteville. It's my week 1 rematch, I guess I should say. Me taking on Hen. Bracton, you take on Scott. And then we have El Paso and Smell taking on you, Cody. What do you got?
I got Chad, man. Chad in the yard goats. Chad can't catch his breath, dude, right now. Jabbing Connor's good, and then I think the headliner this week is going to be Beach Dogs versus Tide.
Yep, week 1 rematch. Two hopeful, at least I'll say, playoff teams. Definitely, I think one to circle. Obviously, besides I think Chad versus John Height.
Yeah, me versus Smell could be interesting.
And Bracton, you take on Scott.
Yeah, I'm
I
stressing.
promise
I'm
your schedule gets
stressing, man.
tougher. Not to
I
say
know. I'm
Scott's
gonna
not
say
tough,
I'm
but
stressing, waiting for you, Paul, you, Cody, and 2 John Height matchups. This is gonna be
yeah,
something.
yeah,
For the last 4 weeks, man. That's what's gonna happen. I already see it. Oh man, it's
for
gonna be
sure.
something. Yep.
And then we'll move on here to week 12. We just got the one again, interdivisional. It's Nick and the Churros taking on you, Cody. And then the rest of the schedule goes Fayetteville's taking on Clearwater. Jack and the Grasshoppers take on John Heights, Yard Goats. Acton, you'll take on Chad. I will take on Connor and the Sod Poodles. The Chihuahuas take on the Sounds, Tita. And then the final matchup of this week is Richmond versus Portland. That's Scott and Jab. Kind of looking through this one, I'd say that once again, Chad has a bit of a tough one against you, Bracton.
I'm just trying to process what's going on here. I'm ready to
You're good.
see John Height, Cody Paul to end it.
You better start
Like
2 and
it's
0.
gonna be. Yeah, I better start like. I got to win 8 of the first 12 games to even have a chance here. What it looks like. All right, I might have to start making some
Bracton,
more
here's the
deals.
thing, though. Here's the
Late.
thing. Like, in my opinion, as tough as the league is getting, I don't know. Like, we play 20 weeks. I don't think we're going to have any more 18 and 2, 17 and 3 teams. Like,
Right.
You think?
14
Do
and
you guys
6.
do you guys know the best record? Who had the best record last year? Because I do.
Yeah, it was me and
It was
him were
Cody.
tied, weren't
I
we?
thought it was 17 and
Yes.
3. Yeah.
No.
14 and
No,
6.
Bracton. 14
Oh.
and 6. That was the best record in the league last year. 14 wins.
Yeah, yeah.
How
And
many
two
do
teams
y'all
had it.
think?
I'm not.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if this year the best record is at like 13 and 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it's going to
So
be
how many
bullshit, I
wins do you
think.
think gets in? Not 10.
well,
Like
I think if you get 10, you're okay. Or you're at least in position. But remember, we also only have the 6 playoff teams this year.
yeah. So I was.
right,
That's what I was
right,
thinking.
right.
I think you
I
better
mean,
get 10 to have a shot.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to have a shot, 10, I think like 12 would be the magic number.
Yeah, if you get 12, I think you're in a good spot.
That's crazy. Because, like, yeah, that's wild to think. Like, but it's just not there's not going to be the 19 and O's anymore. Like, I just don't, nobody's that. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Okay.
But we'll move on here to week 13. So we got 3 divisional matchups, interdivisional matchups. It's the Churros taking on Hens, Beach Dogs. We got the Chihuahuas, Smells Chihuahuas taking on Hartford. That's John Height. And then you, Bracton, it's a matchup against your buddy Emmerich, the Fayetteville Woodpeckers.
That's good.
Then the rest of them go, it's Tita against Connor, another one of those matchups. We got Portland taking on Greensboro, Oklahoma City taking on Richmond, and Cody, it's you and me squaring off for the second time here in Week 13.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a split there. Take a split.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'll take a split. If we,
we'll
let's
call it.
let's
We'll
handshake
call
it
it.
Yeah,
right
y'all
now.
don't even have to play the games. Just agree
That's
to
it.
We'll
split.
just
There we
call
go.
it right now. 1-1, man. I'll take it. I'll be good.
I'll take it too. But breaking down some of these
Yeah.
other ones, Bracton, how do you feel about taking on Emmerich?
I'm excited to play my friend. That'll be fun. I'm just waiting to see the John Height Cody Paul stretch because it's gonna happen.
It's on its way.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I
It's on
know.
its way.
It's coming.
There's only
I know.
about 6 weeks left of the
That's
season.
what I'm saying. I know, and I've got. And I'm probably forgetting something too. Like,
yeah. Another Cheetah versus Connor matchup will be interesting as well.
Yep.
But we can move on here to Week 14.
there it is.
And so our yep, there you go, Braxton. But our first one we'll stay here is our interdivisional, which is Nick and the Churros taking on Connor and the Sod Poodles. But then all the rest are divisional games where Cody, you take on Emmerich after he plays Bracton. Greensboro against Richmond. We have Clearwater against El Paso. Portland taking on Oklahoma City. As you mentioned, Bracton, you play John Height. And I will take on Tita in Week 14. Bracton, how you feel about your first
Is
of
this the
two?
All-Star break? When's the extended
No,
break? It's at 17?
Week 17.
Okay, all right. Well, if it's coming, I'd rather it not be that week. So maybe it is going to be that week
because that's John Heights in your division, and that week will be all interdivisional matchups.
Oh, so I'm going to play Cody that week. Then that'll be long week. Me and Cody. Okay.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
But back to Week 14 here. Tough 2-week stretch for Emmerich here, and going from Bracton to Cody, 2 LMs in a row.
He's running through the LM committee here late in the season.
Yeah, for sure. Jab against Chad. Chad kind of, I feel like, has had a bit of a respite. Right back at it, taking on Jab. And then I think I don't know if this is my first week playing Tita or my second.
Tita, I think it's your first. First.
It might be because I know Week 14 is the last week where it's first time divisional game, so that might be right. But yeah, Tita, always a gauntlet. Like I said before, it's not as much the roster as it is the owner, for sure. And Tita is certainly one that's not one I always look forward to playing. Love Tita, don't love playing them. So, but we'll kick it over here to 15. We got 3 divisional or interdivisionals. It's yep, there you go. Bismarck taking on Bowling Green. It's Cody versus Bracton. We got Greensboro, El Paso, and then me taking on Chad. Our divisional matchups: Richmond versus Hartford. Tita and the Sounds taking on Hen. That's Fayetteville. That's Emmerich taking on Connor. And our final one of the week: Clearwater and Nashville. But Bracton and Cody, Bracton, I'll let you talk about it first.
I'm gonna have
matchup week 15.
I'm gonna have Chad, Emmerich, Height, and Cody in the month. That is gonna be a stretch. So yeah, we'll see. I'm glad that it's not the week 17 one though, where it's more games. So that's a silver lining, I guess. But not looking forward to week 15. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, Paul, you got Chad this week, man.
Yeah, that
Tough, and then
could be a one of those teams does or doesn't make the playoff based on that matchup.
right, and then Hen Dog's got to deal with Tita in week 15.
I like Emmerich
Yeah,
Connor in that. That's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
Emmerich Connor's a good one. Yep.
That's playoff implication for sure.
Yep. So we will move here to week 16. Again, free interdivisional. It's Richmond against me. That's a kind of faded now rivalry since I own Lourdes Gurriel, but he's also out for the first month or so probably with his ACL injury from last year. But yeah, me versus Scott. We also have Nick versus Tita. That's the Churros and Sounds. And we have Oklahoma City taking on Fayetteville and Emmerich. That's Chad and Emmerich. Our divisional matchups. That's round 2 for you against Jack. Braxton versus Jack.
Yep.
Sea Dogs and Yard Goats. Their second matchup of
Big
the
one.
year.
That's a big
Massive
one.
one for sure. El Paso and Amarillo. The Good Boy Bowl Part 2. And then that's last one is you against Hen, Cody, Bowling Green and Clearwater. So this is another one I circled, week 16. A lot of good matchups here. Obviously, Jab
Yep.
and Height, Cody and Hen Part 2. Uh, my Scott rivalry. So yeah, a few good ones here.
Yeah, it's good to kind of for me to get an easy week right here before the extended week 17 matchup. So, yeah, interesting.
Are you gonna
Interesting.
go 2-0 against 10 this year, Cody? Can we put that in the
I
book?
mean,
Like,
I mean, does a bear shit in the woods, Braxton?
all right, let's do it.
I
Let's
mean,
put it down.
Keep writing, Braxton.
I've got 3 right now.
I love it.
Let's see.
I love it.
uh,
Yep. And then our good boy Bowl Part
Jab
2.
and Height is going to be a good matchup.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Jack and
Absolutely.
Braxton's interesting. Smell and Connor, the Good Boy Bowl 2.0.
That's you said Chad and Emmerich.
Oh no,
Or
Smell and Connor.
oh, yep. Smelling Connor.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, that's Good Boy Bowl Part 2. Yep. And
And then
that's so
Chad,
this
dude.
yeah, Emmerich for sure. And then that's so this will be late June, early July, I think. Because I will head into week 17 and this is our extended matchup over All-Star
Oh
break.
man.
And obviously here we see exclusively interdivisional matchups, the first of 2 weeks, and then obviously the next week will be our final week of the season, week 20. But here I think we have a couple good ones. We got Oklahoma City and Nashville. That's Chad and Tita. Greensboro Bowling Green. That's Cody. You versus Jack. Clearwater Portland is a big one. That's Hen versus Jab. Fayetteville Richmond. That's Emmerich and Scott. Height and his Yard Goats take on Connor and his Sod Poodles. The San Jose Churros, that's Nick, will take on Smells Chihuahuas and Brackton. It wasn't Cody that you had in the extended week. It's me.
Yeah.
You versus
Yeah,
me.
I see that. That's a 6-week gauntlet for me. Chad, Emmerich,
Yeah,
Height,
dude,
Cody, Jack, Paul. Like,
this is an interesting week, man. I mean, Paul versus Braxton, Height versus Connor, Hen versus Jab is massive. Me versus Jack, and then Chad. It's like, oh, you finally get an easier opponent, except for you have to play Tita in an extended week.
yeah, that's not fun.
Right.
Damn.
That
Yep.
dude's gonna. Chad will not sleep during the All Star break.
Can't. Can't
You
sleep
gotta
against
prepare,
Tita.
man.
You sleep versus Tita, you're taking a loss. What else do we
Hmm.
see, guys? Anything else we see?
I like that Connor John Height one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do too.
two playoff
I think
teams
that's it. I think that's
from last year.
interesting.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yep.
For sure. So we'll now head on to week 18 here. We got 3 more interdivisional matchups. That is me versus Jack. It's the Grasshoppers Tides. Portland takes on Tita Sounds, and Richmond versus Clearwater. And then our divisional matchups. We got the San Jose Churros taking on the Comets. Got another league manager battle here between. Oh no, I misread that. Sorry, switched them. Not league manager. So it's you and John Height, Bracton. Your
Round two.
second matchup.
Yeah.
We got the Fayetteville Woodpeckers and El Paso. That smell. And Cody, you take on Connor in your part 2 of your budding rivalry. I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be really interesting because this is, if I'm not mistaken, week 18 is the trade deadline week, right?
That's a good call out. Yes. So week 18, that is the trade deadline. So by the end of this week, I think it's Sunday at midnight, East Coast time. All
Yeah,
trades need to be accepted and submitted. Otherwise, they do not count.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a big matchup, and then of course Brackton and John Height is always big. Paul and Jack is interesting. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
time to draw Jack because by then he'll have all of his pitching back, I think.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They'll just wheel Pablo Lopez out there in a wheelchair for that game for that week.
And he'll still probably throw up 15, 20 points. So
You already
we'll head on here. We're getting towards the end now. It's playoff crunching time here. Getting to week 19.
yeah.
We got 3 interdivisionals here. We got Oklahoma City taking on Cody, Chad versus Cody. The Chihuahuas take on Portland, and Bragton, you take on Connor, the Larks and Sod Poodles. Our divisional matchups look like Richmond versus San Jose, Hartford versus Greensboro. That's I believe Height and Jack are friends. Bragton.
Oh yeah, Jack knows all my Seton Hall guys, so yeah,
Gotcha. And
for
then
sure.
Fayetteville takes on Clearwater. And again, I don't look forward to it. Me taking on Tita.
19.
This is the first time I
Uh,
draw Connor the whole year. So 19 weeks I get
hey,
to play Connor.
this week is interesting because this is post trade deadline. So there's going to be some teams here that have sold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
like
and go ahead.
well, I was just going to say like the Larks versus Connor. Like I mean, there's not room for everybody in the playoffs. Like, what if one of those or both of those teams have sold before this matchup? You
Yeah.
know, that's interesting. And then,
Should have a good should have a good indication on the implication on the consolation bracket if that were to be the case. Obviously, I don't think either of those Bracton or Connor are planning on that as their end goal for this year, but
right,
certainly a
right.
possibility.
Yeah. And then, like, me versus Chad, like, that looks really tough. But what if Chad has kind of, I don't know. It's crazy because it's like we're projecting so far out at this point. Like, I don't know what these teams are going to look like. You're playing Tita, for Christ's sakes. Who
Here
knows what
and
that team's
here's
going to look?
Let's do
here's the
something
thing about
fun
that.
here. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
What's
What
ahead,
up?
was
Paul.
you saying, Paul?
Um, my matchup versus Tita here. So it is post trade deadline. So there is a solid chance that his team looks pretty much the same from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah,
Which I
that's
will
true.
whenever if I never want to play Tita, but if I gotta play him, that's the time to do it.
I
Yeah. What were
want
you
to
going to
keep
say,
track.
Braxton?
I'm saying I want to keep track of how many players Tita owns on opening day compared to this lineup on week 19. I want to 0, not
The over
one.
I'll say is like 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna track that. I'll be taking screenshots on the opening day, and I want to see.
I am so confident the answer is 0. Not counting like he may have some worse prospect that makes it all the way
No,
through or
I'm talking
something. I'm
about like
talking
major league roster.
30
Oh,
man active roster,
yeah.
0. Confident.
Well, I want to see. That would be fun. I'll keep track of that the whole year. That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And so are we ready to see week 20? Anybody want to
Yep.
see? It's their second. The only time that every team will play a team not from their division for a second time. And again, we did this as a pod system. We're on at random, but still, like teams kind of playing like teams here to make it spicy for week 20. So without further ado, we'll get into it here. So again, I pointed it out just now, Braxton, but you'll
Yeah.
play Tita week 20. And again, it's post trade deadline, so he can't make as many moves. He can't make any moves, I should say, trading wise. Obviously,
Yeah.
he'll be active on the free agent wire. But moving on from that, Cody, you play John Height, which will be very interesting. Then we got Clearwater and Hen taking on Greensboro and Jack. I drew the tough assignment of having to play Jab for a second time. Then we got Smells Chihuahuas taking on Nick's Churros. We got Chad's Comets taking on Emmerich's Woodpeckers. And that final matchup of the year is Richmond taking on Amarillo. That's Scott and Connor. So obviously some real big matchups here. Some potentially interesting matchups for consolation here, I'm sure will be the case. But I guess Bracton will start you playing Tito week 20. What do you think?
I think all three LMs drew a tough draw on this week that could have gone either way here. But I mean, I guess it's if there's a time to do it, like you said, it's better now to have Tita not be wheeling and dealing as much, even though I have him earlier in the year too. So I mean, we'll see. It's going to be interesting for sure. That last stretch for me, I don't see a quote unquote easy game in that last 9 weeks in a row of potential playoff team or hard managing. So I don't know. We're gonna find out what the Larks are really made of, man. I'm excited.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Cody, what do you think? Taking on John Height?
Do I end the season here, boys? I mean, I could be taking his playoff spot away right here.
That would be a narrative.
That'd be
relegate John Height to the consolation bracket.
I mean, dude, you know what's scary though? He could be doing that to me, man. I don't know how this is gonna shake out, dude.
that's the thing. Like it's so crazy. Our teams, every team this year, it's so tight.
Yeah, very tight. And then like you factor in that, and then the randomness of injuries that you can't control.
Exactly.
Like that could like the deal with Jack, man. It's insane that that's happened to him 2 years in a row. But like we haven't even started spring training games yet, guys. More dudes are gonna fall.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's just
I open Twitter every day and I'm just like, please, no tides getting talked about.
right. But no, I'm picking with Hen and Height and stuff. But no, it's crazy, man. I have no idea how this season's gonna shake out, and I think we're all gonna be bunched in there really, really tight. I genuinely do.
Right.
Like imagine this. If the 1 seed is 13-7, you could be 10-10 as a 7 seed and miss the playoffs. 3 games back from being the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Point,
No,
points
every
for is
matchup
going to really
matters.
matter then. Points for is going to really matter
But
for tie breaking.
yeah,
That's going to be
And head to head too.
head to head, yeah. I mean, all of it, yeah. You just better score a lot of points.
yeah.
But
Yep.
yeah, man, interesting. In the week 20, like y'all, this is the week before the playoffs begin, and there is some huge matchups this week. Huge.
Yep. And
I
then
mean,
just a
Paul,
reminder, what's up?
go ahead. I was gonna say you play Jab, dude. Like one of you could be ending the other one's playoff hopes this week.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
I mean,
Jab, bit of a down year in terms of what his team's capable of last year. I don't know if that's going to happen again. But,
yeah, no.
having to play all the teams that are in my division twice and then having to also play Jab's team twice is not the
Yeah,
funnest
it's
thing
tough.
for me. And
It's tough.
obviously you're the same, you're kind of in the same boat, having to play John Height twice, Cody.
Oh,
Yeah. But then just kind of a reminder before we move on to just a fun little activity that I did in some free time today. After week 20, the night of week 20, once we kind of get all of the matchups formulated, or playoff teams, figured out, that's when we will hold our first annual draft, um, for the 6 playoff teams. And Cody, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm going to give it a shot. The 3 seed. So the 2 division winners will be the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
right.
Right.
The 3 seed will be the highest non-division winner. They will pick, uh, between the 5 seed and the 6 seed who they want to play for the
They
first
could
round of
pick
the
the
Or
4
playoffs.
or
seed too.
or,
Yeah.
or the 4 seed if they
Yeah.
want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get their choice of the rest of the field, and then that
They
gets
can
passed on.
play. They
Yeah.
can. The 3 seed picks their opponent, whoever's in the playoff.
Okay. And then the next highest seed after that will get who they get,
Yeah.
whoever's left.
And then
Gotcha.
after the
That's
after the
okay.
first round, then that goes to the 1 seed, and then
Right.
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Right. And then for the second week of the playoffs, for the playoffs, the winners bracket, however you want to say it, the 1 seed gets to choose their opponent as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Gotcha.
then the other 2 teams will play each other, and then we'll have our championship game.
Right. And then for the consolation bracket will also be held, that same night. And uh, uh, ha- remind me again. I mean, I'm blanking on it. I freaking wrote the thing, but if you guys could maybe explain that one.
I believe it was similar structure where the 7 and the 8 are the top 2 seeds, and then the 9 picks through the 14 or the rest of
No,
the field.
because
No.
there's 8 teams that make the consolation bracket. So every team plays that
Right.
first
Right.
week.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
Mm-hmm.
right. My bad. I got it
Mm-hmm.
mixed.
What I thought it was the 1 seed for that would be the worst record team, and they choose their opponent, and then the next whoever that is, the next after that chooses
I
their
think that's what
opponent.
you wrote.
The next after that chooses theirs, and so on. And then based on that, you have your 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and then you just play it out where the 1 versus 8 winner plays the 4 versus 5 winner, and then the 2 versus 7 winner plays the 3 versus 6 winner. The losers of those matchups play in the second week, And then same thing where the 2 winners will play in the championship. That's for the number 1 pick. The losers of that winners bracket play for the number 3 pick, and then so on and so forth, where you have the 5th pick and the 7th pick on the line, and the other 2 matchups. So that's, I mean, it's all written down, and if there's any questions on that, you guys can contact one of the 3 of us, or all 3 of us, and we'll get you straightened out. But this last part that I wanted to kind of get to before we maybe jumped off of schedule talk. So I did a breakdown based on last year's standings for each division. This is weeks 1 through 10 strength of schedule. So weeks 1 through 10, the hardest overall schedule based on wins from last year is actually John Height in Hartford. His combined is 110 and 90. But as you can kind of peruse through here, you can kind of see. So what I kind of attributed to is weeks 1 through 10 is heavier in playing your own division, and I think Bracton, unfortunately, obviously you're well aware of it. You went 0-20 last year. So the teams in your division had lower wins than the other division because pretty much I think maybe one team, it was John Height, never got to play against you in the first 10 weeks. So it kind of skews the numbers just a little bit, but it kind of just goes to show you that John Height, the first half of his schedule is very tough. Versus you have Jab with Portland. He's on the easier side where I think he plays you twice, Bracton. But
He
other than
plays
your
me
team,
twice in the first
performing
9
well.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you
Yeah.
go. So, yeah, I mean, you guys can kind of read through, maybe point out 1 or 2 things that you kind of maybe caught your eye
Hen
with
gets
this
an
break.
easy draw here in the first 10 weeks after winning a
Bracketing
championship.
for 10 weeks.
Yeah. Like,
What is this?
Well, you're 500, Cody. Easy 500.
Tougher than Hen.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, Hen draws the divisions, and he gets the easier front half. That's kind of messed up. But yeah, I just kind of went
dude,
through
my
and
second
did this.
half's going to be like 7 at this rate.
So
Like,
we'll bounce back
it's
and
going to.
we're gonna bounce back and forth here a little bit just to kind of reread maybe a little bit because the
Right.
flip is very interesting. You'll guys see here. So I'll just get to it here.
Almost 6.
Bracton with the hardest.
Yeah.
Back half.
No, Smell's the hardest. Well, Bracton in his division. I think.
In his
okay.
sorry, in his division. But
Oh, dude, look at John Hot. I'm appealing this season. I'm playing this season under protest.
4-10.
hey, I understand, man. I get you.
How did this happen to
But,
me, man? I went 0-20 last year. I get no last place schedule like in the NFL. I have to fucking go through a gauntlet in 10 weeks. Damn.
That's the JLML for you. But I just think it's funny. John Height's second half schedule. It'll be interesting. I going from 110 in the first 10 weeks to 82. Pretty crazy for John Height.
Bracton, you better not sell in the freaking second half.
Dude, I mean, well, okay, John Height plays me twice in the second half, so that's maybe why that number's so little.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
But,
because that's basically 0-40 going into that number.
Right, yeah.
Playing you twice. Yeah.
Exactly. No,
Where's Clearwater?
Higher.
they're
104 now.
second hardest.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I thought yours was interesting, Cody. You go in even 500 weeks 1 through 10 to
Right.
101.99.
You're right. Just kind
Just
of
a
like,
That's
even
fair.
field schedule.
Yeah.
yeah.
But again, it's all based on last year's win totals, so it's not
Right,
necessarily predictive. But
Not going 0-20 again, y'all. That's not gonna happen. So
I think Braxton, if you do, I think we might just have to kick you out of the league.
just relegate you down to
no,
like.
I will win at least one game this year. I hope.
Write that down.
Like,
Write that down.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah.
I'm winning a game.
Hey, like I said, I could start 2-0 and then lose every game for the rest of the year, and then could be the Oakland Raiders, right? Or the Raiders beat New England this year and then didn't win another game almost. So that's not gonna happen. I'm just kidding. We'll
Anyway,
see.
boys, so that's the schedule. So there's a lot to go through. I will make sure that probably starting tomorrow, I'll start putting that into Fantrax, so every team can kind of see their own schedule. There's the league schedule page, and then there's also individual team scheduling that you can look at, peruse. If anyone maybe wants a copy of the doc that I have that I made the schedule on, let me know. I can send it to you.
Should we just put it
Other
in
than
league
that,
announcements as a document,
yeah,
or
I can
give
do
them
that.
some time to watch this podcast first, and then maybe do it later
Yeah,
in the week?
it's
Like,
not coming till at least tomorrow, if
yeah.
not later.
Okay.
But
I mean,
schedule wise, that's what I got. I'll hand it back to Cody.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Like, you got me wanting to reverse the Cal Raleigh trade after seeing that schedule. Like, I'm just thinking, man, I got holes I got to fill on my roster. Like, I don't know, man. I think the hard part about doing this in February is trying to understand. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that there has to be some bad teams. Somebody has to lose. I think me and Paul talked about this last night. The crazy thing to me is, like, Braxton, you were 0-20 last year. If you go, I don't know, 14-6 this year, say, I don't know, it could happen. That's a big difference. Somebody's taking those 14 losses
Exactly.
that you didn't take.
yeah,
That's just one team.
Y'all got me out here
Look at
rethinking
Connor.
life right now, though. Like, I gotta get in the lab and start making some deals here, because
Okay, let's put. No, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a game right now. Okay.
all right,
I'm gonna say the team. And you guys tell me better than last year or worse.
all right.
I like it.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Wait.
So let's
Before
go.
we do that, should we look at team wins from last year? If there's a way to maybe not pull that up
Yes.
here.
Give me a sec.
If you can individually do that or something.
Do you want to share your screen for that, Cody, or do you want to?
Yeah, you go ahead, Cody.
I can't do. I will read off. I will say record.
All right.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay, there you are. It was lagging for me.
Yeah,
It still is. Paul, is he lagging for you too?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not just me.
Okay. And listen, don't can text me think that roster is better or worse than last year. Nothing else matters. Is those on that team or worse? Braxton, 0-20 last year.
I'm better. Have to be better. Yeah.
Better, right? Okay. 3 betters. Okay. Smell 4-16 last year.
Better.
I don't know. I think he reloaded a lot on prospects, and I think that he has a lot of high upside but high risky pitchers. And if we're doing the pitching matters game, I think he has under 6 starters that are truly legitimate as of right now.
Okay, hold
So
on. No.
You got Mookie Betts.
Hold on
okay.
just a second. Yeah, I mean that's what I did. Listen at this: Lee Rushman, Bryce Harper, Schwarberg, Isak Mookie Betts, O'Neill Cruz, Brent Rooker, Jeremy Pena.
Yeah, I mean Logan Gilbert, pitcher.
No, but okay, hold on. I'm just gonna read these names. Hold on. Okay. We don't know how Aaron is going to do, even though I like him. Okay. McClanahan always gets hurt. He has all of the Minnesota Twins, which I wouldn't want all of the Minnesota Twins. Cade Cavalli, who's going to be the probably the ace of the worst team in the league. Bobby Miller, who I don't know plays. I don't know who Harvey is, and then Seymour might not make the rotation. And then Smith-Shawver isn't pitching all
You're
year.
slandering Hunter Harvey? Oriole
Dude,
first-round pick?
I don't know. I see
No, Braxton.
I see 3 pitchers here that I really like, and the rest are complete wild cards.
Okay, what about Bubba Chandler?
I like Bubba Chandler.
Luis Morales.
What about?
I don't know. Like, Cody, you're lagging hard. I can't hear anything you're saying.
He's got your team gets that. Also, this team wins more than 4 games. This team doubles their win total easy.
Yeah,
Doubles it.
I'll say, 6 or 7 wins, maybe 7 wins.
Okay. Yeah. All right. If we're talking about 4 wins, yeah, sure. He's going to do better than 4 wins, but I don't think he's going to make the playoffs. There we go.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair.
Fine.
Okay, all right, Scott. 7-13 last year.
That's your 4-win team.
Why?
Why? It's the same thing. This pitching. Man.
Yeah, James would last you though.
Okay, yeah, but like, why then? If we're talking about all these bats and like, oh yeah, they have good bats. Like, we've stressed how important pitching is here, and I don't know. I don't see it.
I'm gonna go back to one. I think he wins. If the 2 teams below him are better, I feel like mathematically he has to be worse.
Fair. I'll take less, but he had 7. I'll take 6.
Okay. All right. Here's the one. Here's the one that's gonna break this podcast. Tita, 7-13 last year.
I think he's worth 5 as a manager himself. So anything around that, 5, 6, 7, that's about where I have it. Not even knowing the team. So
what do you think, Paul?
He's gonna hate me for it. Less. I'll take less. He'll hate me, and hard to say less.
I'm gonna go. I have to go with what the roster is right now, and the roster right now is worse than 7 wins. I can't go off of what I think he's gonna do or like any of that. I just have to go off of what I'm seeing when I click his team right now, and in my opinion, It's worse than 7 wins.
I don't know if you guys are on his team page or not.
I am.
Anyone want to take a guess at his highest projected pitcher this year?
I think I know who it is without even looking at it. But was it Kikuchi because I traded it to him? Yeah, that's.
You said Kikuchi.
Yep.
Jacobs probably.
I'm looking at all of these pitchers that I traded him: Kikuchi, Kremer, May, Fott, Cantillo. I like that group better than some others that I've looked at, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll say
Like-
he's got solid, not star pitching.
No.
It's got okay bats. If we're talking about how important bats are, all of a sudden, like I don't know.
Well, bats are important.
He's got very matchup dependent pitchers. Very matchup dependent.
I would agree. Yeah, I'm taking the it was 7.
7.
Yeah, I'm taking the under. And T's gonna beat me. I know because I play him I play him twice.
No.
He's gonna beat me.
No.
And I know it, but like, yeah, I'm taking the under. Sorry, Tita.
I have to go what it looks like right now. That's all I can do. So, all right. Next is Nick, which was not Nick last year. It was Dave, but it's Nick this year. 10 wins. I have to go under because 1, he sold, and 2, I think 10 wins may be the freaking 5th seed this year. So I definitely say under for Nick.
I think if you ask him, he would say under 10 easily. Like
Yeah.
his goal
Yeah.
this year was to stockpile prospects and assets that he has a lot of. So I don't think he has any intention of winning 10 games this year. I think that's not
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
I mean, I'll say under as well, but I'm guessing he's gonna have Peyton Toll up this year. He's gonna have Jonas Long up this year. He's gonna have Parker Mythic up this year.
Yes.
Like, there's reinforcements coming for him sooner than later.
Correct.
So I'll take under 10. It wouldn't surprise me if it was like 8. Like
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say too. I want to say this because I feel like when we went through the weeks, we didn't really highlight any churros matchups, right? I get that. But I want to say this. And the 3 of us talked about this numerous times. I felt like Dave was in the worst spot in the league. He was kind of stuck in the middle, but almost like the lesser of the stuck in the middle teams, which is even worse than stuck in the middle. And no real farm system to build off of, not a lot of ways to maneuver in trades. But I felt like when Dave had that team, he felt like because he was close to that middle, he was competitive. So he had to keep, Tariq Skubal and those guys around to try to compete. But he was just really under the top teams in the league. That to me is a terrible place to be. I feel like Nick, yes, he's tore it down, man. Tore it completely to the ground. But there's a real farm system with that team now. Like a real farm system.
absolutely.
And we've seen what Connor just did with his farm system, with moving guys around. I mean, Connor changed his team overnight, in my opinion. And I feel like Nick and
Changed it from the
either
playoffs
go
team.
one. What?
Connor changed his team, and it made the playoffs last year, and he still changed it for the better.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, that it can happen quickly. So
it can happen quickly. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I don't want Nick to listen to this podcast and be like, dude, they think I'm terrible. I don't think that at all.
Opposite.
I think what he did had to be done. I do. I don't think you could take that team and go, man, Tariq Skuball's an ace. I'm going to keep him. Like, I just don't think it wasn't doing anything for you to keep him. You had to tear it down, rebuild that thing back up, because in my opinion, your goal should be competing with the Hens, the Codys, the Jabs, the Pauls. You know what I mean? Chad's fixing to get there. Jack's hanging around right there. Connor's in there. I mean, that's where you're trying to get to. And I feel like that team's cap was 10-10, which is where Dave had it. But if 10-10 is your ceiling, I don't know that you're in a very good place. So I think Nick's done a good job, but I think he's way less than 10 wins this year. I think he may be our worst record team, is what I would say.
I disagree. I think he wins 7 or 8. That's my prediction. Because like I said, he's got help coming quicker than a lot of teams that I think will finish below him.
Okay. Here's where we're about to get really interesting in this. Okay, Chad, 11-9.
This one's interesting.
Yeah, I'll go first. I think the team is better. I think the points, excuse me, the points scored is better. I think the record is probably about the same because I think the rest of the league is better, if that makes sense. But I think Chad's team is better. But I think 11 wins is probably where he's going to be. And I think that's going to be very much in the hunt for a playoff spot.
I was going to say, I agree. I have it around the same 10-11, even though the roster is, I think the roster's about pretty similar, to be honest. I don't think he made insanely different moves, but reshuffled some depth, and he's got these prospect pitchers that are going to come up. So, I don't know. I think you're right. I will agree with that. 10-11 wins, maybe 12. But he had a rough start to that schedule, though, so who knows if he decides to, sell off throughout the year if he doesn't believe in it, but we'll see.
So I think his season depends on 3 players. I think it depends on Samuel Basallo,
Yes.
Dylan Cruz,
Yes.
and Trey Savage. Because
I'll put a fourth one to that, Jack Leiter.
that's fair. That's very fair.
But if those 4 guys do what Chad has told me he thinks they're going to do, Chad may win 13 or 14 games.
Right. So those 4 players, unless somebody is overpaying Chad, which because I've offered on all 4 of them, I think this offseason.
Right.
And he doesn't want to move them, which is fair. There's guys I don't want to move. There's guys everyone across the league that doesn't want to move. But those 4 guys are very unproven in the league. And if they can become 4 hardline contributors for his team, he's an easy playoff team and easily clears 11 wins. Here's what I'll say. I don't think they do that. I think maybe eventually they'll be very good players. 2026, I don't think those guys become what Chad needs them to be. I'm taking the under. I'm taking 7 or 8 wins for Chad this year.
Oh.
And Bracton alluded to it. His schedule is rough to start the year.
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
I mean, we talked about it as we were going through it. Like, he's got a lot of tough teams that he's got to play. And if he gets to a spot where he's like 2-6, it's tough to come back from. I'm taking the under. And again, I like Chad. I talk to Chad all the time. Again, somebody's got to be it. Like we've said it, somebody's got to be it. That's
what I'm, right. Okay. All right. Let's go to this should be an easy one. Jab 11-9.
Should I start?
Yeah.
This is the easiest over of any team we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
There's no
Oh,
reason.
maybe other than Braxton. Maybe other than
Okay, yeah.
Braxton's 0-20.
Well, wait,
Yeah.
what did you all say for me though? Like you never gave me like win total projection. I don't think you just said over 0, obviously.
Okay.
But
No,
like
that's fair. We didn't.
like-
we didn't.
We didn't.
yeah, yeah.
I'll go first. I'll do it. 9.
Okay.
9 wins. I think you can do better. If I had to put money on it, 9.
Paul's gonna go like
That
6.
sucks because I was going to say 4.
Wow. Okay.
I
Braxton,
like
this is
Braxton's
why.
team, man.
Okay.
I'll explain myself.
No, I'm not taking anything personally. I'm interested. I want. These are two opposite
You guys
answers
can be,
here. So
you can be brutally honest about my team too.
okay.
This is me being brutally honest about your team, Braxton.
Okay.
I like the long term of your team more than I like the 26 of your team. Jacob Misarowski, Nolan McLean, Cade Horton. Those are your 3 guys, your 3 pitchers. And that's great. It's a great trio to have to bet on. But I just don't see it for 2026. Like McLean, I know he was promised. He showed promise last year at the end. What is he over 30 starts? Jacob Misarowski. The Brewers have a ton of pitching, starting pitching.
Yeah.
Are they going to let him start 30 games this year? Are they going to let him go 180 innings this year with an eye towards October?
I think that's why they traded Freddie Peralta. I think they believe in him. They're going to let him roll.
But they also got Sproat in that deal, who I know, or I would think they like a lot. You know, plus they have Logan Henderson. They have Chad Patrick. They
Kyle
have
Harrison.
You know, yeah, right. All these guys, you know, they just got.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Red Sox. Kyle Harris, yeah, he's Kyle Harrison. There's a lot of arms to feed in Milwaukee. I just don't know if they're gonna be let. And again, I think Misarowski becomes that guy. He becomes a Hunter Green. He becomes a name your 100-mile-an-hour fireballer. But 23, I think they're gonna still baby him a little bit. Now, Cade Horton's your best bet. He's your best bet at workhorse for 26. But of the 3, I think he also has the lowest ceiling. So,
okay.
And then
But
you're
that's-
back, you know, with Cags. I love Cags. I think he pops this year.
Yeah.
But that's one guy. And I know you have Jackson Churio as well. Cody knows my feelings about Jackson Churio. There's a reason you own him. There's a reason I shopped him. I think he tops out as a 900-point bat.
Right. I've told Braxton that too.
I mean,
He tried
again,
to fight me.
I love Jackson Churio. He's my favorite Brewer. And I'm an Orioles / Brewers fan. He's my favorite Brewer. But the dude, I don't know if he can hit 250 plus over a full season. I don't know if he can get to 30 home runs. If he does, then he's an easy 1,000-point bat. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have my concerns.
Okay.
And the last thing I'll say about your team, Braxton, because again, there's a lot I like. A lot I like. Cags is going to be great. Going to. You know, Churio is an easy. By the way, I said his ceiling's 900. His floor is like 850.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're not talking about like a bad player. Obviously, he's going to be a multi-time All-Star. The last thing I'll say, how many prospects do you have right now?
7.
7?
Yeah. More than I've had in a while, I guess. I don't know.
What happens
They
if
could
they
be
shut
gone.
down Misarowski? What happens if they shut down McLean?
Well, you could say that for any team. You could say that for your team. What happens
No,
if
I'm
you
saying
use
for
you can
your
use
team,
yeah,
I
but,
specifically.
I have
because
pitching depth. It's the one thing I do have. I feel like I have Tyler Glasnow, Luis Castillo, Bayo.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about any of these
here's
guys.
I agree. I agree.
Like,
I like your pro depth. Difference between right now, the difference between your team and my team or Cody's team, me and Cody have at least 20 prospects. If one of our guys goes down, we can go buy one. If one of your guys goes down, how are you going to go buy one?
I,
we'll figure it out. I don't know.
It-
he's like, don't put the stress on me right now,
No,
Paul.
I mean,
Again,
we'll figure it out. I mean, no, it's good.
I like your team. I like
Mhm.
your team long term. You've done a great job holding guys, trading for guys, building your roster to have pro depth. Three things you did not do last year.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
I'm only thinking for 26.
Think your take on Brackton's team is very similar to Chad's team. Like Brackton needs Nolan McLean to be the ace right now.
Right.
Like Chad needs Samuel Basalo to be 1,000-point bat right now. Like that's
It's
it. He
almost
needs
the
it
same
right
thing.
now.
Almost the same thing.
Yeah. And here's the thing though, Brackton. It's like the odds would say that's not going to happen. That's what Paul's saying. The
Trying to.
likelihood is that it doesn't happen, but it very well could happen. Nolan McLean could be a 33-point per game pitcher this
And
year.
if he
Ace.
is, you're a borderline playoff team.
Right. So it's not like he's saying it's a disaster and give up. It's like,
The opposite.
yeah, it's like if you're patient, it could benefit you in 26, but it's really going to benefit you in 27. Really going to
No,
benefit you in 28.
undeniably.
Like, because that's how I feel about Cagley. Paul said he thinks Jock Caglione pops in 26. See, I don't. I think you're going to have to maybe wait on him. But I tend to like your bats as a whole. Whereas if you had to put Jack Caglione on your bench because he's hitting 210, I think you're okay. So I mean, what if me and Paul are wrong about Churio and he does score 1,100 points this year?
It happened.
It looks a
I'm rooting
lot
for it,
different.
by the way.
Yeah, it looks a lot different. So if you believe Braxton, if you think Churio's an 1,100-point bat, run it, roll with it, dude.
Well, that's why I paid the hefty price to go get him. So
Right.
I mean,
I mean,
we'll see. We'll see.
Your team is to me one of the most interesting in the leagues. To watch from 0-20 to see what it's going to be this year, like I'm locked in to see what you're going to do. I want to see it.
I'm
Same.
sorry to kind of go on this tangent because I know we were talking about Jab and continuing our game here, but I appreciate the feedback and the conversation here. After we hang up here,
For sure, man.
I'm gonna be online and shopping around here. I have some work to do for sure, but
Yeah.
We all do.
yeah.
We all do.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing, man. It never ends, dude. You can
Never
look
ends.
at my team and say, Cody's team is stacked, dude, and I'm over here like, I got freaking, I don't know, man. I like it's never stacked, dude. It's there's always room to improve, and you know what? Like that's the thing is like I was talking about earlier. We're all betting on these guys. I mean, who's my safest bet? What? Nick Kurtz, Tatis.
You know who it is. Bobby Witt.
Oh, Bobby Witt. Okay.
Come on.
God forbid he gets hurt, dude. Now losing.
Fact.
I'm rolling Mason freaking Win out there every day. I mean, it's so like we're all betting, you know, and some bets are better than others, but like I don't know, man. It's interesting because, like, Brackett, you've accumulated this entire roster of dudes where it's like, man, he could be really good, but when is he going to be really good? You know, I personally think McLean is good now. I agree on Jacob Mizorowski. I just don't know what the Brewers are going to do with him. I don't know.
Well,
Paul, you said it. Paul said it the other night to me, and we were PMing about Jacob Mizorowski, and Paul said he could be the most unteachable, like unhittable pitcher in baseball. His
We were
stuff is
talking about
that
it,
good.
Braxton. And that's when I was talking to Cody about it. Yeah, his stuff is that good. There is no doubt.
The best pitcher in the game could be him. But is that 26, 27, 28 or never? Does he ever get there? I mean, I don't know. That's we're all betting, man. So
It's a good bet to
it's
have, though.
interesting. Yeah,
Good bet
yeah,
to have.
dude's filthy. Dude's filthy. Okay, Jab 11-9. I think we all agree better.
Yeah.
yeah.
Easiest over besides Braxton.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Connor 11-9.
Same. About the same.
See, team's better, but I'm not sure his win and loss record's better.
Yeah.
The team's better for sure.
No doubt.
That's a good take to have. Yeah, because he improved his team. Got Jazz, got Merrill,
Yeah.
got Webb. His team's better than it was
Yeah, for
last
sure.
year. But everybody's team, I feel like everybody's team's better.
That's why I'm playing this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
yeah, 11, 10, like 11, maybe 12 is where he's at, I think.
yeah. Okay. Jack 12-8.
Under because of the arms getting.
I was about to say. It's easy to say under because of his injuries.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, I was driving, I know this sounds stupid. I was driving home from work thinking about Jack's team. And I was just like, it's unbelievable. It's like every day a pitcher goes down. And that's hard to overcome, man. That's hard to overcome. And yeah, so
real quick about his team. He's got Sal Stewart, JJ Weatherholt, Owen Casey in the minors.
mm-hmm,
They're all making their team's opening day roster. What's Jack gonna do? I mean, I a Willie Castro is a droppable player, but like, who's he dropping? Who's he moving to make room?
wait till you see my problem.
Should be interesting.
I probably
I got a
have
problem
8
too,
dudes.
but
Yeah.
I mean, I got an issue too, but
Yeah. But does he use those guys to get pitching? But the problem is he has to hang on to the injured pitchers. There's only so many roster spots, so many IL spots. I mean,
yeah.
he's in a tough spot. Jack's in a tough spot, man.
Job, Pablo Lopez, Reese Olson, Spencer Schwellenbach, Justin Steele. Five pitchers on his IL. There's 7 IL spots.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's February 17th. I mean, we haven't even got to.
Haven't played a single spring game yet.
Yeah, no. It's tough, man. It's tough. So yeah, I got to say less because of that. All right,
I mean,
Paul.
I'll put a hold on. Put a number on Jax. I'll say 8. I'll say 8.
I'll say 8 too.
It's fine.
All right, Paul, 13-7.
Am I going to go first, or who's going first?
I'll go first. I'll go first. I don't think you're winning 13 games, but I think your team's better. I think you're I'm going to say 12, 12 and 8. And I think you scored 2,000 more points than you did last year.
You want to go, Braxton?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. Just
hold on. You play Jab twice, me twice. How many times do you play Hen?
Twice.
Okay. How many times do you play Height? Once. Okay. That's 7 matchups against me, Jab, Hen, and Height. That's tough, man.
I got to win 3 of those.
But that doesn't even count Chad, Braxton, Emmerich. So again, that's and I think we're at the point of going through this where I think 13 and 7 is our 1 seed. So I think every team is going to regress from a record standpoint at this point. But I think your team's better. I think the moves that you've made this offseason has positioned your team in a much better spot than you were last year, in my opinion.
I'll let go that 12 to 13 wins. It wouldn't surprise me if you were the 1 seed. It wouldn't surprise me if you were the 4 seed. But I think you're going to make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah. Hold on. You were the 5th seed last year. And now you're a top 4 seed. You're the 1, 2, 3, or 4 seed, in my opinion. But I think you only get 12 wins.
Yeah. I think so. If I can say about my team, I think I'm the 3 seed this year. I think I win 13 games.
Okay.
I mean, I could go talk about it for hours, but real quick, I had, in my opinion, a top 3 first baseman, Alonso. I added in my opinion, top 3 third baseman with Austin Riley. I know he had a down year last year. I'm betting on a comeback.
He was hurt, but yeah.
I added a top 5 shortstop, but I also lost a top 5 shortstop between Ellie and Gunner.
Mm-hmm.
I like second base. I mean, people clown me for it, namely Hen. I believe in it. Obviously, Alvy's comeback. But the number one thing for me is my top 5 pitchers are Yamamoto, Reagans, Dylan Cease, and Kyle Bradish. Top 4 pitchers. Besides probably Cody, name a better top 4.
Jab with Scooble and Crochet and Chase Burns, and who's the other one? Why am I blanking?
Yeah, man, Jab's pitching is really good, dude.
All right, fine.
Sonny Gray, Chris Sale.
Name a better top 4 than Jab and Cody.
Yeah.
I mean,
plus I have Mason Miller.
I have Mason Miller.
Yeah.
I like Miguel with the Brewers. I think they're going to win some games this year. I don't know. I rarely toot my own horn.
No, that's true.
I absolutely focused on building the fuck out of my pitching this year.
Yeah.
And I was a click away last night from taking that down with you, Cody. I mean,
yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't, because again, I know what I would have gotten, and I love what I would have gotten, but my whole thing this year was build a trio of pitching and ride it, and I did that, and we'll see how far it takes me.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's go. Emmerich, who Homco last year was 13 and 7. Emmerich now, I'm going to say less, but not a lot less. 10 or 11 wins for Emmerich.
I think he's won almost every trade he's made since he's been in here, but the team is slightly worse because he loaded up on prospects, and I can see that under happening. But he has room to buy, like you all are saying, so I can agree with 11.
How many did you have last year?
13.
I'll take the under at 12.
Oh, okay.
His team's good. His team's good.
Yeah.
Snell, Peralta, Lodolo, Kirby Green. I mean, Kirby Green, that was my duo last year. So
Right.
I've had 13 wins with those two.
Right.
So
Right.
it seems good. I'll take 12. It could be more, but like Braxton said, I think he's bought a lot of prospects, some of which are not as close as some. Um,
Yeah.
like a Willits was the number 1 pick last year. He's not debuting this year.
Right. Right.
There's definitely guys that I think he's built a pretty good sustaining team.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, he has Neto, he's got Terang. There's good Josh Naylor, like really good players that I like. Cal Raleigh he just bought, but yeah, I could see him going from 13 to 12 this year.
Yeah. Okay. John Haidt, 13-7. I'll go first.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know, Coach's waiting to go.
Listen. There is no way he wins 13 games this year. I can't. I'm sorry. You guys know that my fantasy baseball Bible, the first book of that Bible is pitching is everything. I tell you guys that all the time. I've operated that way since 2008. And I mean, it is everything, and I can't see how he has it. I do not think Corbin Burns ever pitches meaningful baseball again, quality baseball again. I don't believe it. Garrett Cole will, but for how long? A month?
Garrett Cole's 35.
His injuries weren't as bad as Corbin's, man. I think Corbin's was worse, and I think Garrett Cole has a different. Like Corbin Burns is the type of dude that'll walk off and leave it. He don't care. Garrett Cole is Verlander and will be pitching when he's 53. If he can get his arm to wake up, he's going to go. And Corbin Burns is not that way. And I just don't know that I have no faith in Corbin Burns anymore. And then what? What's after that?
Rodon, Framber.
I do like Framber. Framber's a dog. I'm not gonna harp on Framber.
Ohtani?
I don't think Ohtani pitches as much as people say, though. Why? Like, why would he? They have all these people, man. They don't need him to pitch every 6th day, right? I don't know.
Maybe not all season, but I think they're going to, at least initially.
Ohtani is the one boat that he can continue to ride, and it's why when I see John Haidt on the schedule, I'm gonna go, But I still believe pitching is everything. And if I play, and I'm not talking about me specifically, but any team plays John Haidt and you can throw 10 good starts against him, I don't think Ohtani's enough to overcome the deficiencies everywhere else. And then, listen, John Haidt's bats are solid, better than solid, good. But so is like 10 other teams in the league. We've all got good bats, dude. I mean, look at Jab's bats, my bats, Hen's bats, Paul's bats. List goes. I mean, so at that point, if you match him at bats, and then you put 10 good starts together, I don't think he can keep up with that. I don't think Otani's enough to keep up with that, in my opinion. It's the arms, man. And if he had the pieces to go get arms a year and a half ago, I think our conversation's completely different. I think that team is rolling, but he didn't. He's had to just deal with what he has, and I think all these other teams we're talking about keep adding pitching. Everybody's adding it and adding it and adding it, and he can't. And I think this year we see the difference there. So I say less. How much less? I'm not going to sit here and say 6 or 7 wins. That's ridiculous. Less than 13. I'm certain of it.
I'll go next. I think he's at 10. I think he's at 10. My counterpoint to your bats argument is we all have bats. That's very true. We don't all have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000-point bats. That's half your lineup. And yet, Corbin Carroll's hurt. He'll miss probably a couple weeks into the season. But, I mean, we don't all have Corbin Carroll, Otani, Soto, Judge, Machado. Plus CJ Abrams at the end there. So, yeah. I agree with you that arms matter more than bats. Because everybody can get a bat. Not everybody can get a 1,000-point bat. I'll say that. In Height's defense. Not in Height's defense is his pitching. Framber Valdez is good. Otani, when he pitches, is good. When Otani pitches, you're looking at 100-plus points a week from Otani. Hard to match.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah,
Garrett
for sure.
comes back, he'll be good. Rodon, how much we'll get out of him, whatever that we do get out of him, will be good. So that's 3, basically, good pitchers. Can't win with 3 good pitchers. Just can't do it. I've tried. Can't do it. Not in this league. Not with the teams that we have now. Not with the depth that everybody has now. I mean, and his bullpen kind of stinks too. Like Al Finnegan. I mean, yeah. 10 wins, and I think John Haidt, if he's listening to this, needs to seriously consider moving some of these big guys for packages. Whether it's prospect, whether it's young pros. I'm not saying maybe blow it up. It's hard to say blow it up when you have the elite stars you have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I know that he was just in the championship last year too. So it's real hard to say.
Yeah, right. Right.
Like, I mean, what are you staring at in 5 years? I mean, Judge is going to be gone. Framber is going to be gone. Like, what you have nothing. You have 1 pick in the next 3 years. 3 prospects. I don't know. Again, he has 2 titles. I have 0.
Right.
I'm not in the position to critique the man. So, but that's
I get it. Yeah.
That's my thought. My 2 cents. He can take it. He can leave it. That's my 2 cents.
Braxton, what do you think, man?
I was trying to talk to him about his pitching last night when I dealt him Reynaldo Lopez, and I'm looking at the bottom of his pitchers, and I don't think let me name the name, and you tell me whether they're going to make the rotation or not, because he and I had a pretty heated discussion about it, and I wanted to know what you guys think. Okay, Stephen Kolek, no.
I don't even know who he pitches for.
I don't even know who that is. Yeah, he plays for the Kansas City Royals. I don't know.
He's not.
Okay.
And if he does, it's going to be bad. So
All right. Matthew
I mean,
Liberatore definitely will, but how will he do? The Cardinals are going to suck. So,
Yeah.
okay, like,
Won't get
okay.
wins.
Jose Quintana, same thing, right?
Colorado,
what team is
Col-
who signed him?
Colorado.
Rockies. Bad.
D-
He'll make the
yeah.
rotation though.
Yeah,
Eduardo
yeah,
Rodriguez.
he'll be their ace. But
Will Eduardo Rodriguez make the Arizona Diamondbacks rotation?
yes,
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Max Scherzer does not have a team. Okay. JP Sears, will he make the Padres rotation?
oh
No. Tyler A. Wells, will he make the Orioles rotation? No.
no,
Brad
Reliever.
Lord will, because he's the Nationals are terrible, and that's is what it
yeah,
is.
but he'll be bad. So
Yeah. And then Mike Vassell for the White Sox. No.
White Sox, no.
They use him a lot in long relief. They like him in long relief.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a relief pitcher then. Okay, so we've got Chris Bassett. Will Chris Bassett make the Orioles rotation?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got
I want
that.
Chris Bassett.
We've got
if you're listening.
Bassett. We've got Bassett, Boyd, Seth Lugo, David Peterson, Framber Valdez. Five healthy pitchers that are going to make their rotations locked, and then 3 guys that we don't really like: Liberatore, Quintana, and Eduardo, right? And then the injured Cole and Rodon. So that's not a ton of pitching depth, like we've said, and you guys were saying I don't have the assets to go buy something if they die. Like John Haidt really doesn't. So he's gonna, like you said, have to look at some of these moves, like trading one of Carroll, Judge, Soto, these guys, but I don't think that he should be. If I had to, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible here, but I don't think he should go around saying, "Oh yeah, I have 2 championships, y'all have none. Like, leave me alone." Right? Like, I think that he should want to get better and hear.
John Hindsight.
No, I know, but like, I get that, and when he sees this, he'll be like, "Oh, you went 0-20." Like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to go 0-20 this year, and you're not going to win 13 games this year, so it's fine, right? Like, we've got to. What if it's Hen always says it best, and I always laugh when we say it in voice. Hen's like, "This is a what have you done for me lately" type of thing, right? 2026 is a new year. Everybody's 0-0. Okay,
Right.
Everything's out the window. Everything's a fresh start. We start from here and see what happens. And I don't think that he should be saying the past stuff. He knows what he's doing and everything. Yeah, of course, but like to not acknowledge the holes on this team because I've won before. That we gotta maybe scale that back a little bit and start looking at some alternatives. Yep. And that's not a knock against him. I'm not knocking him at all. No. I'm saying he obviously has good pieces, and there's a path here to where he can build on this and have actually sustained success, because I don't know that if he struggles this year, I don't know that he'll like I think he will go, and like if he struggles he'll try to make it better and everything, but I want him to get a jump on that, like and see it out ahead of time and not just use the years past as a cover to not do anything now. But he did the Lindor trade, which I didn't think he was going to do. So, and that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Trade.
He killed
it. He killed that trade.
Yeah, and I told him that. I'm like, I would rather have Abrams over Lindor right now, no strings attached whatsoever, right? Do that 3 or 4 more times and we're golden. And we're having a completely different conversation, right?
Yeah.
Trade Judge for Jackson Chourio or his equivalent. Maybe not to me for Jackson Chourio, but like somebody like that, Wyatt Langford and a great pitcher or something, right? Like, we're having completely different conversations with 2 or 3 moves that just like the Abrams one, and then all questions are off, right? And I just don't want him to use the 2 championships cover as an excuse to not do anything when stuff clearly needs to be done.
Here's the thing we got to realize. John Haight's been in the league 3 years. He's went to 3 championships. He's won 2 of them. So it is hard for him in his place to realize he has a real shot of missing the playoffs this year, in my opinion.